Jeff has a wave priority, so he's going to actually go in. Stun initially does land onto Tien, and he has to use the audacious charge to get away. Grand entrance does knock up two, and there's a seismic shove come out of the Weaver's wall. Xiaohu comes in first and allows for first blood to be collected by the side of Weibo Gaming. 1xN is to shift away. He's ticking very low, and the wind becomes lightning, comes through. Weibo are on the board. He's lived up to those expectations here in 2025. But if he can deliver in the playoffs, that's what matters most, and that's what he's been able to do with Weibo in the past.
Exactly. Nobody was going to remember what you ended up doing for yourselves during the regular season. If you can get into the playoffs, a deep run especially would be great for Weibo, that's in a little bit of a rebuild type split, not necessarily looking to compete for the title at this point, but hey, you never know. That playoff buff can be massive for some of these teams. Weibo going to pick themselves up all three of the grubs right here, and that's huge. You really want...
And now it looks like ThunderTalk want to try to make a play to bounce back a little bit here as Xiaohong Gran does go forward with that Grand Starfall. Going to be combined with the headbutt pull, and there's no combination there for Xiaohu this time.
Down a Xiaohong Gran to get yourself as far ahead as possible. And actually, that Drake wasn't taken off the back of that initial fight won by Weibo, so ThunderTalk going to be able to pick themselves up this one. A single Infernal Drake is pretty nice to be able to grab.
So nice way to even things out, and recipe for success is winning out on these 5v5s. Could have backed out a little bit differently. As we're seeing another usage of that Grand Starfall from Xiaohong Gran, as we see the headbutt pull also land onto Light, who have to pop the Feather Storm, but Seitab's going to flash forward, not find the charm though, as the drag back will find two. And now Tien is hunting for a little bit of a trade as Weaver's wall comes out from Xiaohu. Feather, very low, should be going down. First kill in the fight for Weibo. Now Xiaohong Gran has the flash over, going to be immediately matched by Breathe, and Weibo are going to try to chase him down in a 3v1 situation. No more summoner spells available for Xiaohong Gran. Xiaohu flashes in, going to try to find that seismic shove, combined with the decimating smash, means that it's another 2 kills for Weibo Gaming.
And that's off the back of a very aggressive play out of ThunderTalk. It was a little bit mismatched.
To scale, continuing to try to find more advantages, and with Hoya, also a champion that can perform in the late game. Try to stall this one out for ThunderTalk could be big, which is why they want to make sure that they have that early dragon lead despite the goldie going over, but Weibo dumps over the wall. Tien not able to get the smite though, as Xiaohong Gran will collect the second Drake of the game. Now Eric goes forward with the quickness, but he's immediately headbutted away. Feather with a 3-man pulverize, and there's the true shot barrage here from 1xN. Almost takes down Era. He's forced to shift over the wall. Now Xiaohu's in some trouble as Seitab's looking to chase him down. So far, no kills going over, but here comes Xiaohong Gran. That is going to be the Grand Starfall over to lock down Tien. Already Xiaohu has gone down. ThunderTalk finding the fight right back, getting the dragon and 2 more kills.
There we go, ThunderTalk. That's the kind of snap engages that we were talking about. Weibo, they just decide to fight this one with no priority, no positioning around that Drake pit. The second that you jump in as Tien and don't manage to get the smite steal, you've got to back this fight off. Instead, Weibo, they commit to the fight, get split up, and ThunderTalk just run down the disparate members. Really unfortunate for Weibo that they make this decision, because all of that early gold that they were able to pull for themselves, they begin to lose a big chunk of that gold lead. In fact, with that tower going down as well.
Here with that Grand Starfall, but it resulted in them picking up a couple more kills, and for ThunderTalk to now find themselves just 300 gold down and setting themselves up around this Rift Herald. If they pick this up, it'll be feats of strength in totality going over to them, and Weibo want to try to put a stop to it, but Feather's doing a really nice job boxing him out. A teleport comes in, it's going to be Breathe joining the fight. Right into the pit he goes, and Feather's bought so much time with the Unbreakable Will that the seismic shove has come in. Xiaohong Gran has been caught out. He uses the agents trying to keep himself alive, but he will drop to Tien, and Breathe is going to flash on the wall, look to continue the assault. Unstoppable onslaught comes through. There's the Weaver's wall in from Xiao, but Feather cancels it and makes sure that he is the lone sacrifice in keeping his carries alive, at least for now. 1xN and Seitab hunting under the tier 1 turret. They're looking to try to defend their lives. Seitab doing a ton of damage with that Spirit Rush, and the charm does land onto Xiaohu, and the turret is heating up, but it's not nearly enough to take anybody down on Weibo Gaming. So despite the Rift Herald and the feats of strength going over ThunderTalk, Weibo pick up 3 kills, and it could be a 4th. Seitab in some trouble. Tien dashes over the wall and will find his mark on the Nine-Tailed Fox.
And the key factor in this fight, the key difference between this one and the previous one, is the fact that Breathe joins the fight.
Use the ulti to try to clear out a wave, preventing this Herald from having as much value as it might originally have possessed. And it's going to be a trade of towers across the map. Seitab, though, has found out Breathe. Don't know if the Ahri has enough damage to kill him, though, and so we'll see how annoying Seitab wants to be, or if Breathe is just going to be able to get out for free.
Breathe does have a lot of armor at the moment, so it is possible that you can take him down as Seitab, but it's going to take a while.
Tickling that man right now. It's not even close.
You'll get him eventually, maybe. Yeah, there you go.
He needed some help.
Needed the Ezreal to join.
Big spike for him, even though they told me that they have to give up this dragon.
Yeah, Weibo just going to get towards this one much, much quicker. We'll have a quick replay of what it is that ended up happening. Yeah, he takes the ulti to try to get away, but Seitab sniffs that one out and is able to go and help give that kill over to 1xN later on. ThunderTalk picked up the first couple of Drakes, but now you get that first Mountain Drake. If you can grab yourself a full Mountain Drake Mountain Soul right here for Weibo, Breathe would be unkillable. You know, there's absolutely nothing you can do at that point to keep yourself alive.
Oh, he's completely caught out. It's Era will jump in as well. 3 talent strike lands in, but Feather's here to peel away. Weaver's wall coming through to try to block away Ari from the rest of his team. The Unbreakable will, not so unbreakable here. In a 1v4, it's Feather going down and Weibo getting right back on the board.
It's unfortunate for Feather to have to pay for the sins of his mid laner, and because you lose that support, it's going to be straight on down towards the Atakan for the members of Weibo. Xiaohongren is in the area, doesn't have the ulti available to him. It'll be real risky to try to steal that one away, so he just leaves this one alone. It's going to be the Atakan picked up for Weibo.
Especially in the second round robin, you know, he's somebody who has clutched up in the playoffs historically throughout his career. With a lot of international pedigree, a lot of domestic success in his back pocket as well. Actually, interesting to see him go for the Bloodletter's Curse as an item that was just buffed here on 2510 on the Talia. So trying to shred some magic resist here, get himself a little bit more strong. As now Weibo are looking for a play onto Hoya in a 2v1 setting. They land a slow onto him as well. I think Hoya is not going to be in a great position, but Xiaohongren has arrived, and it looks like they do want to fight this out for Thunder Talk, and it forces Breathe to use that unstoppable onslaught defensively.
Yeah, you don't really want to be using that as a defensive tool. That's now 2 of those ultis in a row used to get away from people. Thunder Talk, they keep the pressure up. You can see Xiaohongren perfectly happy to keep stepping up in this situation. Now, Erha is waiting in the wings, as is Feather. These supports very much looking to potentially find a fight right now. We've got a minute until the next Drake is spawning, a minute until we're going to have the Baron on the map as well. Uh-oh.
Oh, found out Light, forcing that cleanse. That's a big cooldown with this dragon spawning in less than a minute's time. And Thunder Talk now have mid lane prio with 1xN being able to sit there and shove this wave in. It could be the tier 2 just fully going down, and it will likely be. Will it come at the cost of board, though, as the teleport has come in from Breathe. This side is a very beefy boy, and in comes Zhao with the Weaver's Wall. 1xN forces shift away. Satab running the wrong direction, away from the rest of his team, and that means that it's right now Thunder Talk sequestered and separated, and in a 4v5 situation, Feather going to be the sacrifice once more, as the Thunder Talk support will fall for the 3rd time this game, as Weibo get another kill right before the dragon.
Yeah, teleport to topside for Hoya to just try to push through. Then we have that Weaver's Wall back up in about 40 seconds time.
Oh, Feather might have been caught out once again, gets knocked up, forced to pop that Unbreakable Will, and now Thunder Talk know that they have to go in. They go in for Tian, who pops the Crescent Guard just in the nick of time, but Satab comes in with a Spirit Rush into that zone, and will take him down. Xiaohongren just jumps in straight to his doom. That is going to be Light to get the kill on the Satab on the back end of things, making it a 2-for-1 overall so far.
Look for this one, otherwise it's just picks. It's just finding that pick onto a champion. But as we've been highlighting since the very beginning of this game, it's the map rotation speed out of Weibo that makes it so hard to find a pick. Anytime you think you've got one, Breathe and Zhao who appear out of nowhere and bring the support needed to keep those Weibo members alive.
So maybe targeting one of those two could be the move. You know, you can't have 2 globals coming at you if one of the champions with the global is the one being targeted, so keeping an eye on what Hoya does specifically in these side lanes is he's been kind of left on an island and allowing the rest of Thunder Talk to operate as 4 on the opposite side of the map. Right now that is around the Baron, which has just spawned. And now it's going to be Weibo looking for a fight with the Weaver's Wall coming through from Xiao, who Feather already being chunked very low, has to flash over the Raptor pit, but will end up surviving for now. Era going for Hoya immediately with the quickness, but does not find the charm, and that is the ultimate, and a lot more cooldowns utilized already by the Weibo Gaming support. Nobody on Thunder Talk has died just yet, and we Feather heading back to base, but now the Dragon is up in 15 seconds, and Weibo could potentially pick up a 4-soul Mountain Dragon, as now Thunder Talk know that they have to try to answer. They're starting up this Baron and forcing Weibo to make a move.
What can you do at this point? I mean, every single time that Feather steps up, he just gets chunked instantly. Hoya's come along to potentially join in with the rest of the team. Gets drawn away from the side lane, not exactly what you want to have happen in this situation. Get straight down on towards the Drake. This is going to be Soul if you can get up right here.
Oh, Xiaohongren, he jumps in. The Dragon's already at 4,000 HP, jumping in onto Light, but look at Breathe with the unstoppable onslaught. He's found one, and a 2-minute seismic shove comes through from Xiaohu. Hoya will fly. There's the Dragon's at 2,000 HP. Who's going to get it? It's secured by the side of Thunder Talk. Xiaohongren somehow is able to pick it up, and 1xN is still alive, kiting out the entirety of Weibo. Getting on Tian. 1xN is popping off. True Shot Barrage does not find its mark on a Xiaohu, and ThunderXN, now with no mana, is going to have to try to get out of this one in a very tough situation. He flashed away for the quickness, but will still get charmed up by Era, and the killing blow is imminent, and Light will pick it up. Satab, the last remaining survivor here for PTT, and even though they're able to pick up the Dragon and deny the soul, they're going to lose a whole lot more in terms of those kills with Breathe running him down.
Zeta just gonna have to keep running away from this one, but this is just time being wasted right now. 15 seconds until Zhao Hungren is gonna be back up and available. 40 seconds until 1xN. The push coming through right here for the members of Weibo. Don't know if they're gonna be able to end the game, but with the teleport coming in, it looks like they want to try.
They desync the back timers so much, it's going to be a 3v5. Once Breathe is able to get into here, as the minions will start to crash into these Nexus turrets. And Thunder Talk will have one last stand here at this game number 1. Feather's already gone in. Already another seismic shove connecting onto Hoya. He goes down before anything can be said about it. And Zhao Hungren and Feather are the last remaining ones alive. 1xN's up in 6, but it will be too little, too late here in game number 1. Weibo coming out firing, making sure that everybody knows that they are here to play in the play-in stage, taking game 1 in 37 minutes.
The Weibo victory that we were expecting coming into today, right? We know how strong these guys